Fated: The Silent Oath is a story-based game that finds you as a husband and father in the time of the Vikings who has to try to save his community from a destructive force. Though there are a few fairly simple action beats and puzzles, the game is, for the most part, a walking simulator. Because this genre is all about taking in your surroundings and being inside of a story, it feels like it should be ideal for virtual reality, and yeah, it kinda is. The game has an endearingly cartoony visual style, and getting to actually be inside of the world does a lot to amp up the immediacy of the story. However, the briefness of the experience, combined with the abrupt ending, makes it feel like more of a proof of concept than a full-fledged game.
Your papa is fine now, baby. He just has some trouble with his voice.
Now, don't get me wrong, at $10 for a bit over an hour of gameplay, I think the price is absolutely fair. My complaint about the game's length is more that the experience feels oddly truncated. It's one of those things where the end credits pop up and you're like, oh, it's over? Oh, okay. I don't want to go into spoilers, but there are a lot of dangling plot threads, things that the game brings up that it just never bothers paying off. Still, while that may hold Fated back from greatness, it's absolutely not a bad game. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. The quality of the writing is pretty solid, and while the animations can feel a bit stilted, it's well acted, and the game does a great job of making the core group of characters fairly endearing. Plus, the added layer of immersion that you get from virtual reality does a lot to bring you into the game's world, and to gloss over some of its weak spots. And it only made me very moderately queasy. I'm kind of a lightweight when it comes to feeling sick in VR, so for a game with this much movement to affect me so lightly is actually pretty impressive. The game actually reminds me in a lot of ways of Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, from the cartoony aesthetic to the magical fairy tale world, right down to the grim ending. But the bond between the two brothers in that game was far richer and more affecting than any of the relationships here. That game had a tearjerker of an ending that really felt earned. Fated is going for the same thing, but instead of jerking my tears, it just left me scratching my head over how sudden and out of left field the ending felt.